to be able to just talk with them. Sometimes they might not have a financial difficulty. They're not wondering how to save their money, but they have other problems that I've been able to help them with. So I am just grateful for this platform that allows me to fulfill a bigger part of my life and my purpose. And I'm really grateful to God for that.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to call on everyone to think of one thing that you're grateful for. Let's start with a grateful and abundance mindset, because when the praises go up, the blessings come down. So, with everything that's going on around us and all this negative stuff, like a lot of us were just we're preconditioned to always think about the bad things, right? So let's go down the chat and just think about one thing that you're grateful for. Hi, Didi. Thanks for joining. Didi is always helping. Is she on? Let me see. She's always helping me. Hi, Didi. How are you?
It should be 206. You have it as 306. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm a pharmacist. And then I'm a financial professional.
She is a pharmacist. Okay, so if you need some prescription, if you need some questions about medication, Didi is your girl.
Well, I'm thankful for being alive. Thankful for my family, my husband, my kids. Yes. Awesome. Being alive is the most important thing.
Yes, we love you. Thank you so much for always being on. Richard, you want to say one thing you're grateful for, and then Blackmore, iPad, and we'll just go down the list, the participant list. So go, Richard. One thing you're grateful for, and let people know who you are and your background.
Yes, hi. My name is Richard Oliver. I've been in World Financial Group to March, May, July, for a year and a half. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity that World Financial Group has afforded me. Strong, never giving up, never ever going to give up. I don't care what, no matter what. So I'm extremely grateful for everyone that I've met, all of my colleagues here, business partners, business associates rather. Everyone I've met, grateful for Johnny, grateful for Odetta. Without their leadership, none of this, none of the success that we have enjoyed would be possible. I'm just extremely grateful for the business, World Financial Group, and our leadership. And I will forever be grateful.
Awesome. Guys, and it doesn't only have to be about business or work, right? It could be about anything that you're grateful for. Donna, I think Donna spoke already. Blackmore, iPad.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Odetta.
Oh, that's you, Blackmore. Nice. You were at the meeting yesterday. Thanks for being on.
Okay, thank you very much for having me and for the big welcome. I appreciate it. I'm in Long Island, speaking to you from Long Island. I'm grateful to God for the work that He has started in my life, that He's able to complete until the very end. And I am a budding WFG member, or we call family, soon to be running with it.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Jay, who's Jay?
It's me, Adara. It's me.
Hi.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Hey, yeah. When you hear about WFG, for me, it's work for God. Yes, I'm grateful for life. And I'm in my right and sound mind.
Amen.
I'm grateful for great health and strength. As I decree, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we all should rejoice and be glad in it. Today's a great day. Thank God for being blessed to be amongst great people of God. people who God have sent in my life, that there can be a change. But I got to be that change agent. I got to know who I am and whose I am. And when you know that, nothing can stop you in life. It doesn't matter where you start. It's a journey and the destiny, and it's how you finish. And I will finish strong. We all will finish strong. Let us just have our mindset, skill set, put our hand to the plow, and let's plow together in the name of the Lord in unity, strength, and harmony. God bless you all. My pleasure for all my business partner, all NDSMD. God bless you all. Let's praise the Lord. Everybody that have breath, praise the Lord. Give him the thanks, and that's what we're here for. And when you praise him, great things will happen.
Yes.
I am happy for this moment that you took out of your busy time, Adetta, to let us come together to give God thanks. And I love how you started. What? We got to have an attitude of gratitude. Gratitude make way. Thank you. Thank you all. God bless you. And I love you, and you can't do nothing about it.
Thank you. Marcel, do you want to share? Marcel? Okay, we'll come back to you. Miss Bedno. And then Patrick.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so happy to join the meeting tonight. Thank you to Vida, and thank you to Miss Odetta for just, taking me on that journey. I just started. I know I have a long way to go, but I'm learning the ropes, and I'm starting to talk to people about, the financial journey that I'm on, and that they should, figure it out. So sooner or later, I'll be sending a few people to you. I've spoken to my daughter about it, so she's thinking about it. But I'm just grateful that, God has opened the ways for us to do things. And every day I just ask him for encouragement and strength to carry on in whatever I'm doing. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. You're a teacher as well, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
Awesome. Marcel, are you able to speak now? Okay, we'll move on. Patrick?
Yes, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm just happy and grateful to God for all the things that he's done for me. And I'm very happy to have a very blessed family with two kids. And I pray that, this group will help each other grow to meet our goals and then achieve our higher heights. Thank you all.
Awesome. Ramon, and then Rupert, Tora, Vida.
Good evening, everyone. I do wake up and thank God. I'm blessed in many, many ways. And one of the newest things in my life is I did get to spend a lot of time yesterday with Odetta and company. So that was very big. I'm looking forward to that. So thank God for meeting Odetta and everybody. So looking forward to move forward in Bellevue eventually and be part of the team in the company.
Awesome. Rupert, Tora, and then Vida.
Good evening, everybody. This is my first time with the group. I was invited by Sister Vida Toppins, and it's good to be here. And you said that we should share a moment of being grateful. I have to say God has been so good to me. And my gratitude is him answering praise that we've been lifting up to him. When you see something
it's doubling on you,
come
right?
to fruition, you can't help but be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I was talking to a sister of mine, and she gave me some very good news, and the moment she said it, my I had to say hallelujah.
Wow. Amen.
That was what came out of my mouth.
Wow.
Hallelujah. Answered prayer. God is awesome. And that's an encouraging sign to all of us that when we pray, we cannot give up. We must keep holding on. I remember just reading this past week here where Abram was, I'm sorry I'm a bit long-winded, but I have to use this example. Abram was given the promise that he would have a son. And the scripture says he exercised patience. And can you imagine? Over 20 years he was waiting for this promise to be fulfilled. He never gave up. When he was 100 years old, the promise was fulfilled. So we have to remain faithful in our walk with God. Because if we're not faithful, we're not going to reap that reward. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure none of us want to come so far and lose out. So God bless you, and let's all continue to press on, fight the good fight of faith, and in the end, lay hold on eternal life. That's my testimony of gratitude.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. I'm glad that God has answered your prayers. Who's next? Tora, and then Vita, and Marcel last.
If Tora isn't ready, I'll go. All right. I am extremely grateful to God for life. Without life, we couldn't do anything. So I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for health. Grateful for my family. And I'm grateful for WFG and the opportunity that I have been given to help families. It is so important that we spread this word. This is something that has been hidden for a while. And now that it has been exposed, or we have been given the knowledge to share it, I think we should all use it as our life mission to help families. Because, each one help one. When one wins, everybody wins. And so we really need to spread the word as much as we can. And WFG is a fantastic company to work with. There's so much information, there's so much knowledge, there's so much teamwork, there's so much to gain and to learn. So I encourage everybody, come on board and see for yourself. Don't take my word for it, see for yourself. You can never go wrong. So that's my little testimony.
Awesome. Anybody else? All right, well, we'll get started if there's no one else. I want to share a resource for some of you who may or may not know. Back in Guyana, I used to be a Sunday school teacher. So teaching has always been at the forefront with everything that I do career-wise, teaching in schools, even back in Guyana, teaching in the colleges. But I was also a Sunday school teacher, right? And during the COVID, I had, at first I wanted to be the preacher's wife. And then when I realized, okay, that's not happening, I'm not giving up. I prayed to God to have, an opportunity to speak to multiple people. And God has placed this WFG opportunity in it. Pretty much, I feel like this is an anointment that I have on my life to do this business, because it allows me to freely talk about God and teach people about money, but also draw them closer to God. So during COVID, I started a prayer line, and I would have, we were praying for like 14 days straight. And I used to record the prayer session, and I uploaded them on my YouTube. And then after COVID went away, that kind of fell off. But ever so often when I speak to churches, I would have it recorded and I would upload it to my YouTube channel. So I just want to share some of the the scriptures that, money is rooted in everything. Unfortunately, we say the love of money is not good, but it's not the love of money, it's what we do with money, right? Because if you're a good person and you have a lot of money, you're going to do more good things. And there are several parts of the Bible that reference, different scriptures. Proverbs 22:7, the borrower is a slave to the lender, right? We don't want to be a slave. We want to be the lender, not the slave. Matthew 7:24-27 talks about, Jesus said, whoever hears his words and put them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. Then he went on to say, everyone who hears his words and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. Proverbs 13:22, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. Vita and I was speaking to a client today who is 92 years old. And he, even though I helped him with finance, he imparted so many knowledge on me. He said, Odetta, my parents put things in place for me. It just so happened that his wife had the same situation. His wife's parents put things in place for her, and his parents also put things in place for him. And now that they're 92 and 95, our conversation with them is, hey, we want to also put things in place for our kids and our grandkids. I think they have like 4 or 6 grandkids, and they have about 5 kids that are all, these are all older people in their 50s. And even though the parents are in their 90s, the whole conversation was about, hey, our parents did this for us, and we know how it has helped and blessed us financially, and we want to do the same now for our kids and grandkids. And Proverbs 13:22 talks about a good man leaves an inheritance for his children, right? Children. So how are we going to leave anything for our children if we don't even have for ourselves? This is where financial education comes in, right? Another one of my favorite talks about, and I think Donna sent me a good one today. I want to share this one that Donna sent. She said, Proverbs 13:11, wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase. This is not a scamming business. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme business. We are teaching basic financial concept that would have people saving over time. Little money will grow into big money, right? And then it also says, Ecclesiastes 11:2, invest in 7 ventures. Yes. And in the 8, you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. So we got to invest money. We have to save money. We have to put up money and put away money for any of life hardship that's going to come, because the Bible never says it's not going to come. Hardship is going to come. Make no mistake, it's going to come. Things are going to happen, right? But no weapon formed against us will prosper. And one of the ways that we can help offset when these weapons come from a financial standpoint is putting things in place that's going to help us weather the storm. So with that being said, we're going to go into our 3 rules of money, because again, the education is what's missing in our industry. We can't make sound decisions if we don't have the information. Now, when it comes to money, there's really 3 rules, right? The first rule is the accumulation phase. A lot of us, we know how to go to a job, make the money, right? We're going to save up this money, right? We're accumulating it. So the rule of 72, which was created by Albert Einstein, you take the number 72, you divide it by the rate of return or the interest, and that will tell you how many years your money will double. So if you're getting 4% wherever, 72 divided by 4 is 18 years. Well, all of us on these calls have had 18 years already cycle, but did our money double? So if you had 10,000, 4%, your 10,000 would have grown to 20. Another 18 years roll around, your 20,000 is now 40,000. But I'm going to scoot over to the far right. Let's say you were getting 12%. 72 divided by 12 is now only 6 years. We've all had multiple 6-year cycles. So why don't we have more money? And then clients tell me, well, Odetta, I'm good. Well, good is good, but don't you want to be better, right? Because we've all had 6 years, multiple 6 years of cycle. So if you have $10,000 a day earning 12%, your 10,000 would have doubled in 6 years to 20, and another 6 years roll around, it doubles again now to 40, and every 6 years it keeps doubling. When I learned this, I was mad that I did not know this earlier, because I've had several 6-year cycle. So here you could have two persons, both got 10,000. One of them is getting 4%. His 10,000 grows to 40,000, right? Or let's say we have two newborns, brand new, just born. They got their Social Security, not even 1 year old. One of the moms said, you know what? I'm going to set up this account for my son. We put $10,000 in there and we never put no more money. Now, when this child is 36 years old, he has 40,000. But it's not enough because inflation went up since. Costs of goods and service went up since. So although it grew and he did good, is it better? The other parent who probably sat with us and understood compound interest and more importantly know where to put that money, opened this account, also 10,000 for their newborn kid. And when that kid turned 36 years old, they have 640,000. Both kids meet up each other, they're having coffee, and one is saying, oh my God, I did well, I have 40,000, I'm doing good. And the other one says, only 40,000? Bro, I got 640,000. Why? One person got more interest, but they knew where to put their money, right? So we're just teaching people about better ways to saving and growing their money. The second rule of money is now protecting the money. Because you see, we can grow it, but we have to protect it. If not, we could lose some of it. So if you put your money in the bank, here your money is safe. But the problem is it's not growing at a higher enough interest. So although it's safe, it's not going to grow a lot. If you put your money in the stock market, because now you say, well, I'm going to put it somewhere where it's going to grow more. Yeah, it's going to grow more, but is it protected? Is it safe? So now you put your money in the stock market, and 1 month you could have a lot of money, and the next month you're depressed because you just lost some money, right? So it's going to go up and down. It is what it is. This is how these accounts work. This is money in the stock market, right? The third place that you could put your money, which most people do not know, 95% of middle America, this is why they say it's a scam. But listen, have you ever seen God? No, but God is alive. God is real. We've never heard about this plan. So this is why a lot of people say it's not real. It's fake. It's a scam. Well, a lot of things that are not real, that we think are not real, this is why the 1% is controlling the entire world. Because they know it's real. And that's where they're putting their money. So your job is not going to tell you about this. HR is not going to tell you about this. Even tax professionals are not going to tell you about this because they themselves don't even know about these accounts, right? So now when you put your money with an insurance company that offers index strategies, index options, index accounts, your money is safe and it's growing. No risk, no loss. Only insurance company can do this. So now we're protecting the money as it's growing. The third phase of money is how is it going to get taxed? We live in America. Tax is a big, big, big deal. Tax is a huge part of how the economy is going to have more money to give government-funded stuff or get out of this huge trillion debt that we're in. So when you put your money in a tax no account, these are your checking, savings, CD, stocks, mutual fund. It is what it is. You get your paycheck. Uncle Sam tax your paycheck. Then you put your money in these accounts, and any interest you earn at the end of the year, you're going to get charged taxes. It's called capital gain tax. It is what it is, right? tax later account, these are your job retirements account. They all work the same. 401k, 403b, 457, IRA, SEP IRA, annuity, pension, TSP, all of them work the same. It says, put your money in this account, save for your retirement. Don't pay tax at all. Don't pay no tax right now. Don't pay tax on the seed. Don't pay tax on the harvest. Just put your money over here and let it grow for the future. And it sounds good, right? So that's what everybody is doing. But it's not the whole truth. It's part of the truth, but it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is also, don't forget, when you're ready to take this money out at 65, 67, or whatever's your retirement age, oh, and by the way, that's when I'm going to charge you tax on the profit, on the gain, on the principal, on everything. So how much money you get to keep? If I have 100,000 and you're going to tax this whole 100,000, my question is, how much am I going to get to keep? You see, they're not asking their HR that. They're not asking these companies that. They're not asking, well, how much I get to keep? Well, that's because they're not getting all the information to make an educated decision. And that's why they think it's a scam. When we show them the good stuff. Now, tax-free account says pay tax today on the seed, on the little money. So when this seed blossom into a harvest bountiful tree, no tax on none of the fruits that it's going to bear. And these accounts are all tax-free accounts. Your 2, 3, 4, 500 that you're going to put away in these accounts, you pay the tax on your 500 today. So later on, whatever it grows to, you keep all of it. Now, all of these accounts has pros and cons and limitations, right? But out of all of them, the one that has the least, or in my opinion, pretty much really no limitation, is a cash value life insurance, right? And because a lot of people are familiar with Roth, can anybody tell me what is the limitation with a Roth?
You only can put a certain amount of percentage in.
Yeah, right? I believe the max is 7,500.
7,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
for
could only
2024.
right. So if you make a lot of money, that's all you could put, 7,500. If you're over age 55, but that's it. You're maxed out. You can't put any more. Now, what is the limitation with a 529 college saving plan for our kids? Does anybody know?
It's only been used for certain funding.
It's only been used.
College, certain thing, still taxable, but if you use it for certain thing, it is taxable. You got to be careful. So it only used for, if you're not using it for schooling and certain things, that's the limit. It's have a limitation.
Yes, thank you. It is only used for college, right? For college-related expense, books, tuition. But what if your kids don't want to go to college? Now you get hit with penalties. And if they do want to go to college, you literally are just giving up free money, because now us at a college and university level, we're going to tell you, go use your 529 first. And once you have no money, then come apply for financial aid. Meanwhile, another kid could have a lot of money in his IUL and no money in the 529, and we're going to approve him. We're going to approve this kid that has no money in the 529, no money in the bank account. He's going to end up getting more money, even though he has money in the IUL. Is it fair? Well, I don't know if it's fair or if it's not fair, but all I know is that education is what we need to have to make better financial decisions, right? So now let's scoot over to this index account that we talked about. It's called, well, we call it short IUL, but it's Index Universal Life. Transamerica, our parent company, right? They have over $404 billion in investment. So it's not a small mom and pop company that just sprung up to nowhere. A lot of people that have certain type of 401k with their job, Transamerica is the one that's doing their retirement, right? When I was in corporate America, my 401k was with Transamerica. Who knew I would be on this side of the fence now, right? So they do a lot of 401k. They do a lot of pension plans for hospitals. So it's a pretty reputable company. They've been around for 119 years old, right? Now, Transamerica is the #1 selling IUL for 11 consecutive quarters. That is almost 3 years back to back being #1. So that should give us some confidence and credibility that this is a solid company. Not only they've been around for 119 years, they're #1 back to back for IUL, right? And they also got nominated for the #1 term life with live-in benefits. And then they also got named by USA Today best company for live-in benefits. So what is live-in benefit and why is that a big deal? Well, if you get sick and you cannot work, well, you're going to exhaust your savings. You're going to exhaust your 401k. And when that's done, then what? Right? So when you save money in an IUL, there's about 30 benefits. And those 30 benefits are listed in my book, Playground Millionaire. But for today, we're only going to focus on 4 main benefits. #1, your money's going to grow. The maximum you can earn is 13%. Your bank account will never give you 13%, right? But also you have a safety of 0.75. What this means is anytime the stock market drop, not only you're never going to lose money, but when the stock market go down, you're going to make money. Guarantee 0.75. This is an insurance contract. This is not some piece of paper or me just making it up. This is in every contract that gets issued. 0.75 guarantee. Even this 0.75 guarantee, banks are not even giving 0.75. Chase ain't giving you 0.75. Wachovia ain't giving you 0.75. Citibank are not giving you 0.7. Many banks are not even giving you 0.75. Are you questioning them? No, we're not. Right? So here, for us to even get this 0.75, that means the stock market is down. People are losing money. And we're not going to lose money. We're going to make money even when the stock market is down. So this is why even people who have money, they're still putting some money away in these accounts because it's guarantee of no loss and getting a high interest. And never losing money when the stock market go down. Now let's talk about the tax part. All of this money is tax-free. IRS code 7702. IRS code 7702. It is a life insurance contract. And that's another reason why a lot of people don't know about it. Because most people think life insurance is just for burial. No, the wealthy people don't buy life insurance for burial. On the contrary, they buy a lot of it to get filthy rich while they're alive and pass all of that money down to their heirs tax-free. Not a penny goes in tax. So if you had asked me 10 years ago to buy a life insurance policy, I will tell you exactly what my clients are telling me. Oh, Dad, I got my burial money. Because that's what I used to say. I would never buy life insurance. But now that I'm in this business, now that I understand the different types of life insurance, I am covered here today for $3.5 million. I would have never done that 10 years ago. I would have never done that 10 years ago. I would have gotten my answer was, you know what? I already got my burial money. I got enough money to bury me. That's it. And if you had really pressed me into getting a policy, I would have gotten a little policy just to bury myself. But now that I know better, I do better. And there's so many people that still don't know what I know and what we know in this company. This is why we're on a mission to educate the mass, right? All of this money is tax-free. Tax-free income for your retirement. Tax-free money when you pass away to your heirs. Because if you have $100,000 right now in a 401k, make no mistake, you don't have $100,000. That $100,000 has to be taxed first, and then the rest goes to your kids. But if you have $100,000 in your IUL, $100,000 goes to your kids, tax-free. And the fourth box is the protection, right? This is the life insurance that covers you for your whole life, because at some point we're going to die. And when we die, we're going to bless the next generation. You all can be that one person for your family. Yes, our parents or grandparents didn't know about these strategies, and probably they didn't leave anything for us, and that's okay. But now that we're in a different era where the information is there, or you have access to people like us, our company, our organization, there's no more excuse. We know better, we do better. We know better, we do better. There's no more excuse. Right? The information is out there. If you don't believe me, go Google it. I could give you tons of books that talks about these strategies, right? So, life insurance for your whole life. But Odetta, what is living benefits? Well, we have Nurse Donna who is on, and I love to put her on the spot, right? Don't hear it from me. Hear it from a nurse. Donna, can you explain what is living benefits? Briefly. Sorry, I always put you on the spot to do this part.
That's all right. I'm happy to help to teach everyone about what living benefits are. Living benefits is basically money for you to spend while you are alive. This is not about money being left after you pass away. And the insurance company will honor the contract with you that if you get a chronic illness or a terminal illness, they will pay you up to 90% of the money that you are covered for. You will get your check in the mail, or that money will most likely be sent to your account, whichever way you choose. So let's say you get into an accident and you can't go to work for 9 months. You can use that money that you will get to pay your mortgage, pay your car note, continue to send your kids to school. It's money for you to spend when you cannot work. And that is why we also refer to it as income protection. Since there is no money coming in, you have that money that you can use to cover your expenses until you get back on your feet. Mm-hmm. I've seen many cases, I've talked to many people who, when the main breadwinner of that family gets sick, sometimes they are left homeless. So this is money for you to spend. You are alive. Thank you.
Wow.
I hope you heard that clearly.
Yeah. Yesterday as I was walking home, I saw, because I do this business, like I see a lot of things different. I was walking home yesterday and I saw some people on the street that were homeless, clearly. And it just had me thinking, like, I don't know what was the situation, how they became homeless, but when I see things now, because I do this business, I'm always thinking, well, did they have life insurance? Did they have living benefits? Did they have long-term care? Did they have enough savings? Like, it always ties back to money for me because of this business. So a lot of people, you know, we don't think about sickness and we don't think about debt. But here is a check from Transamerica. This was dated March 31st, 2023, just last year. This person passed away. Do you think they paid into their policy 1.6 million? No. This person did not pay into their policy 1.6 million. But look at the check. We blocked out the name. The debt benefit is 1.6. And the claim interest, which was the cash value that was built up into the policy, by the time the person passed away, they weren't funding the policy anymore. So an additional 8,821. Who's giving out this money when someone passed away? Only insurance company could do this. Many people will never ever save $1 million because number one, we don't make enough. Number two, we don't know how to grow the money. And if we grow the money, we're going to lose in the process because we don't know these index strategies, right? So now, yes, this is a debt benefit. But I also want to show you Dr. Danielle Fombo, true story, in 2020. Look at the check again from Transamerica. In 2020, during the peak and the hike of COVID, he got into a jam. And he pulled out 100,000 from the cash value in his policy. 100,000. He was able to pull out from his cash value. He wasn't sick. He didn't die. But it's the money that was built up into the policy, the cash value. He was able to access that money. And then I want to show you another example. I believe I have it here. Or maybe I deleted it. Yes. Here's another check. This is a check again from Transamerica. And we've purposely, this person allowed us to use his name. Because he was one of those doubters. Is this real? I don't think it's real. But he got a policy anyway. And shortly after, he had some illness that came upon him. And he was able to take out 60,000. You see it right there, circle? Critical illness rider. Critical illness rider. Because of his critical health condition, he was able to accelerate 60,000 from his death benefit. So Donna, can you tell some people what is critical? Like, what are some illnesses that are considered critical? Because you're the nurse, right? So if they don't believe me, they should believe you. You're the nurse. Can you give us some example of critical illness? Is she there? Yeah, Donna's there.
My mouse is misbehaving. Sorry.
Okay.
Critical illness are like if you get a stroke, if you get a heart attack, anything that will keep you in hospital for a long time. The example I used earlier, like you get into a car accident, you broke your leg, you're badly injured. It takes you a while. You're going to be in hospital for a long time, and then you might also need to go for therapy, for rehab. Those are critical illnesses. Chronic are like diabetes, hypertension, but once you get to the point where you can no longer perform 2 of your activities of daily living, only 2, and your doctor writes a note and send it off to the insurance company, they will honor that agreement that you are covered for those conditions.
Okay, can you tell them what are the daily living activities? Because I know you said they must not be able to do 2. So what are the activities?
If you're unable to go to the bathroom by yourself, you need help. That's toileting. If you're unable to feed yourself for whatever reason, if you're unable to walk, if you can't walk, you need help. You've got to have somebody to help you. That's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So guys, again, nobody is thinking about sickness. Nobody's thinking about debt. we're all just thinking about growing the money, and growing the money is good, right? But it's very important to have things in place just in case, right? So critical illness, or right here, if you guys can see my screen, I'm going to make it bigger. Critical illness, heart attack, stroke, and cancer. These three insurance companies are afraid of. They're when they see an application coming with heart attack, cancer, stroke, it gets sent immediately to the medical team department. They do not want to do anything with heart attack, cancer, stroke. And unfortunately, those are the three major illnesses that is being diagnosed every 30 to 40 seconds. Somebody's being diagnosed. So another reason why I have 3.5 million, because I'm scared. I believe in God and everything, right? Whatever, God is going to take care of it. No weapon formed against us will is going to prosper. But I'm not going to be naive when I'm seeing this happening every day. I'm going to put things in place just in case, right? So if you need help with bathing, dressing, eating, toileting, continent, transferring to and fro, wheelchair bound, right away, that's an acceleration for your death benefit. Because I promise you, most people don't have 100 or 200,000 sitting anywhere to deal with life health challenges. My brother, personal story, the train ran over his legs. He is a double amputee. One of his leg came off right away on the train track. The other one was just hanging on tissue, and the doctors had to remove it. He was 37 years old when that happened to him. So for the rest of his life, he has he needs this, right? It took him like 2 years to be able to learn how to bathe himself, move around, dress himself. Yeah, he could eat by himself, but get into the bathroom, basic things that we take for granted, he had to learn all that again. It took him 2 years. And his mental state, forget it. That's still not where it's supposed to be. Dealing with his new reality. Then I have my ex who's been diagnosed with a stroke. 10 years he has not worked. And he lost everything. His home for 20 years that he had already paid mortgage on, he lost. It was either him selling it and get some money or not getting any money because he had not paid mortgage for 10 years. The thriving business that he had, that had to be sold too. Because when you get sick, nothing else really matters. You can't do the things that you would normally do, taking care of your affairs and your job. No, those things don't matter anymore. And he was a sole breadwinner. His kids are minor, they're minor, and then they're young adulthood, 19, 20. They can't take a mortgage. They can't take over a business. So these are things you want to have in place. And another reason why many people don't know about this is because they don't read. People are not reading.
Yeah.
These strategies are in all these books. These books are not written by us. We're flying to Tampa in November to learn from Ed Slott. Google Ed Slott. He is the #1 tax advisor in the country. This man doesn't sell life insurance, but he's going to educate us on taxes and why life insurance is the #1 vehicle to shelter taxes. When Myra and I sit with business owners, all they're concerned with is, oh my God, how much money do I have to pay back in taxes? What can I do not to pay back all this money in taxes? So again, for them, same strategy. We bring them back to an IUL. We bring them back to an index annuity because that is the shelter for taxes legally. And it's in all of these books. Just pick one and read, right? One of my favorite that is super easy to read is Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. How the wealthy use life insurance. How the wealthy use life insurance. Ramon and I were just talking yesterday at our conference in the city. He loves this book. He loves it so much that he got it in Spanish too. So he could give to his Spanish friends. To understand that life insurance is not just about debt. Right? And then we have Nelson Nash, who is like the father of showing people how to use life insurance to become your own bank. All these people have no affiliation to WFG. They study this stuff. They've already talked about this stuff. They've been on a mission teaching families about this stuff. But yet still, 95% of the population still don't know. So we got a lot of work to do, right? A lot of work to do to educate our community about these concepts when it comes to protecting your money, saving your money, growing your money. Make sure your money is tax-free. Make sure you have living benefits just in case if we get ill along the way between now and then. And if we never get sick, more money to spend. If we never get sick, more money for your offspring. So now you have money for your kids, but you have extra money for your grandkids, right? Now, for the folks that have a 401k or 403b or money in the stock market, here is proof. Yes, we know the market is going to go up and down. Yes, we know that in the long run, you make money. But what if you could have made more money? So when clients tell me, Odetta, I'm good, I believe you. We're all good. But wouldn't you want to be better? Is always my response. Don't you want to be better? Right? Instead of having 28,000, yes, you started with 10,000 and your 10,000 grew to 28,000. So you did good. But wouldn't you have rather have almost 48,000 if you had put it in an IUL? They both grew, but one grew more and one had more benefits, because your 401k that you started with 10,000, yes, the market went up and down and it grew to 28,000, but now Uncle Sam is going to charge you tax. Uncle Sam is going to charge you tax on this 28,000. And you have no life insurance and you have no living benefits. Had you had your money in an IUL, this 48,000 is tax free. So really and truly, you did way better than the person with the stock market, because this person with the stock market has 28, but he don't get to keep the 28. We don't know how much he's going to pay in tax. We don't know. We don't know how much he's going to pay in tax. But we know it. He didn't keep in this whole 28. Your 403b or your 401k has 28,000 right now. You're not keeping the whole 28. Uncle Sam is going to tax his 28. So you still don't even know how much you're going to get to keep. And you have no life insurance and you have no living benefits. Or if you have life insurance with your job, hope and pray you die while you're still employed. Because if you're no longer employed, you don't have life insurance, and that money is not going to pay out. Right? That person with the IUL, this 48,000 is all tax free. You keep all of it, and along the way, you have life insurance for your whole life, and you have living benefit just in case if our health gives us some challenge. We have to prepare for that, people, because we're human beings. Nobody is immune to illness. Nobody is going to bypass nothing. We're all going to die from something. And the name of the game, I was talking to a client, and he sometimes I help people with money, but they also teach me things. He said, Odetta, you're right. And what if it's going to come upon us? We got to fight it, and we got to slow it down. And I was like, wow, I never thought about it that way. You're right. We got to fight whatever disease is going to come against us, and we got to slow it down. And how you're going to do that is with money. You got to fight the disease, and you got to slow it down. That's going to require money. We got to fight the disease, and we got to slow it down. So this is where your living benefit comes in, because that's the extra money to fight the disease. This is where your living benefit comes in, to give you whatever treatment you want to try. God bless the dead. Marcel, one of my business partners, she got diagnosed with cancer, and in 6 months she was gone. She didn't even get a chance to fight the cancer. We all gonna die. But if we could slow it down, if we could slow down the disease, if we could fight the disease, I'm on a mission to put people in a position to fight whatever's going to come against them. But you can't fight it if you don't have no money. You're going to do a GoFundMe and there's no guarantee how much money you're going to get. And even the GoFundMe is going to charge you tax on that money. So how much you get to keep, right? So everybody needs an IUL. And I say everybody, but obviously if you're 92 years old, right, it may not matter to you at that point because you're closer to where you're going or where you're coming from, right? But you want to put things in place for your kids and grandkids, right? You want to make sure that all the legacy, all the money you've earned over the years, it just don't get squandered. So if somebody had started with just saving $200, in 30 years, they would have almost $300,000. My God. The average 401k don't even have $300,000. And what if you had started saving $300? In 30 years, you could have almost $500,000 tax-free. And if you save $500 in 30 years, you could have almost $800,000. Guys, this is just the cash value in the policy. This is not the living benefit. This is not the dead benefit, which is extra money. This is just the cash value built up in the savings portion of the policy. So us, financial professional, us keeping this information to ourselves is a sin. It's an abomination, especially for people of faith. God has bestowed this knowledge upon us, and there's no way I could keep my mouth shut. This is why as I'm speaking on this Zoom, I'm streaming live on Facebook. We have to share this information because people don't know it. This is like the answer to financial cancer. Imagine you having the answer to cancer and you don't want to share it, and you see people getting sick and dying and you don't want to give them, hey, you should try this medication. That's what this is. We have the answer for financial cure. And if we keep it to ourselves, that's selfish, number one. Because someday your kids are going to grow up and they're going to marry somebody. But what if I tell my friends and they put things in place for their kids? Now, all the next generation kids are coming up better. If not, my son or my daughter could have their IUL and money, but then he go marries or she go marry somebody who don't have money, who don't have their IUL, who doesn't understand how money works. Eventually, it's going to end up robbing my child. Even though I set my child up, she might make the wrong decision and marry someone who helps now deplete this wealth that I've built up for her. So again, us faith Christian believers, there is no way under the sun we could keep this to ourselves. And this is why I love Vita is on a mission, Don is on a mission. All of us are on a mission to share this information. It's like the gospel. Not everybody's going to believe in Jesus. Not everybody's going to get saved, but they must know about God. Not everybody may want to take an IUL, but they must know about an IUL. And when they're ready, they'll come back to you. So at this point, if you're on this call, if you're on this Zoom, and you have this plan for yourself, thank the person who shared it with you. Some of you know me personally, and I'm forever grateful to Angel who shared this opportunity with me. Because if he didn't, I wouldn't be talking to you today. If he didn't, I would never have $3.5 million in cash in life insurance. If he didn't, I wouldn't even know what to do for my own retirement. If he didn't, I wouldn't even know what strategies to put in place for my nieces and nephews. I can't be selfish and keep this to myself. We have to share this with everybody. So if you have this plan, thank the person who shared it with you, but don't keep it to yourself. Because your grandkids, your son and daughter might marry someone 20, 30 years down the road who's going to rob them and deplete everything that we're saving up for them right now. Every black kid in America is a millionaire if their parents put a plan in place. Just simply saving 100 or 200, and for the next 30 years, they put money away for that kid. And then the kid becomes an adult, and they take over the account. And then when their kids are born, they do the same because they see how this account has blessed them and given them choices. Guys, when I bought my first home, I love my parents, but they didn't even give me a blind cent. Not a blind cent. And I don't hate them for that. They just didn't have it. But now that I know this information, my nieces and nephew, when they're ready to buy a house, it's going to be different because they all have an IUL. And when Corey said, Auntie, I saw a house and I need 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000, I'm going to say, let's log into your IUL. Let's log in there, see how much is there. And if you need more, I'll help you with the difference. The conversation is going to be different now. And that's all because of the information that I learned here at WFG. So I want to impart it on you. Don't be selfish. If you have this information, share it with even if you might not be in the business, refer people to us so we could bless them as well. Share this. This is the answer to financial cancer. Right? So, some of us that might be older, right? And we're saying, well, Odetta, I already have a lot of money. I already have 200,000, 100,000 in my 401k. What else can I do? Well, there's index annuity. Again, the word index, and we've learned index means you never lose money. You never lose money. So you can either put your money with the bank, and you're going to get 1 to 3% maybe at the bank, right? High yield savings accounts, you could get that, right? So your money is safe, but it's not going to grow a lot because the interest is not a lot. So 100,000 in the bank earning 1% is 101. Another 1% again, and it grows. You could put it in the stock market, which is where it already is. 401k, 403b, IRA. Here, your money's going to go up and down. 100,000 in the stock market does well, 10%, now you're up to 110. But what if the market goes down the next year 10%? Now you're down to 99,000. So you started with 100, but now you're down. And it goes up and down, up and down. Guys, in your 50s and your 60s, we're not playing the losing game. We are not playing the losing game because we don't have 20, 30, 40 years to play catch up. Right? Or you could put your money with an insurance company and make sure it's an index account. Fixed index account. And here you have safety and you have growth. So you're 100,000, let's say the market goes up 10%, now you're 110%. But let's say the next year the market decline. The market go down. You don't lose a penny. Zero. Your principal is locked in. So you still got your 110. You ain't losing no money. So if you have an old 401k, old 403b, or any money in previous jobs, because you're under age 59 and a half, we can help you roll that money over with an insurance company that offers an index strategy and grow your money and protect your money. Right? Grow your money and protect your money. And if you're still in your working years and you're in your 30s and 40s, you want to make sure you start putting some money away in an IUL. And I have to say this. A lot of times clients tell me, well, I don't have more money. No, it's not about having more money. It's about reorganizing your financial house and moving money from one bucket that has holes and repositioning, I like that word, repositioning it in an account or a bucket or a pocket with no holes. And those holes are taxes and market risks, stock market risk. So right now, if you're putting $300 or $500 in your 401k, well, I will tell you, rule of thumb, if your job is not matching your 401k, take that same $300 to $500 and put it in an IUL. You're going to get more bang for your buck. You're going to get more benefits. Or if your job is matching, fine. Put enough to get the match, and the difference, put in an IUL. So now you have two buckets, two income streams. Your IUL, your 401k. I could tell you right now, like your 401k is going to go up and down. That's going to be like your blood pressure. One time up, one time down. And whatever the final number is, you're not keeping it because that money has to get taxed. And you have no living benefits in the event of when you get sick, not if you get sick, but when you get sick, there's no money. Yes, your job may have health insurance, but if you're not working, how long is your health insurance going to last? Yes, you may have short-term disability, long-term disability, but that is not enough. 6 months. What if you're sick beyond 6 months? Guys, it's better to be over-insured than under-insured. It's better to be over-insured than under-insured. Because when you have an IUL, over-insured means you have access to more money. You have access to more money. Under-insured, you ain't got enough money. If you're under-insured, you don't have enough money. I'd rather be overprotected with access to more money than under-insured, right? So at this point, I'm going to open it up to questions. If anybody has questions, I can answer it. If not, get in touch with the person who invited you so we can have a one-on-one. Everybody's situation is going to be different. This is life insurance. Your health is going to come into play. Your budget is going to come into play. Your needs is going to come into play. Everybody's situation is going to be different. So if you want to get more information or you want to move forward with a strategy, and when I say move forward, the downside is not everybody's going to get approved for this. Not everybody, let me just throw that out there. Not everybody's going to get approved for this. This is life insurance with living benefits. So the insurance company will do their due diligence and check us out. They're going to check us out, right? So when you apply, you have nothing to lose. You don't put any money. You apply and let the insurance check you out. The same way we checking them out, they got to check you out too, because they got to cover your life. So they got to make sure you're healthy, right? So with that being said, if anybody has any questions, I can answer your questions. If not, thank you so much for your time. Contact the person who invited you and let us help you, and don't keep this information to yourself. Or if anyone else wants to add anything, any financial professional want to share a story or add anything that I probably didn't touch on, or maybe you have a personal testimony, feel free to chime in.
I just want to say,
Yeah, I had a question.
Okay, go ahead. What's the question?
Yeah, I just wanted to find out when you open up the insurance account, how do you fund it? Is it a monthly thing or?
Yeah, for IUL, you could fund it monthly, you could fund it quarterly, you could fund it annually. Most people tend to do monthly, but it's up to you if you want to do monthly or quarter or annual.
Okay, and is there a specific amount for you to start with?
Well, it goes based on your age and how much coverage you want. So the older we are, and this is why I always tell people the younger we are is better for everybody to be protected, because the older you are, the cost of insurance is higher, and then also if there's any health risk. So you know, those two things would kind of dictate how much your coverage would be, how much you want, and your age and your health.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Alrighty. Well, if there are no other questions, we will see you back here on Thursday for our usual Money Mastery series. We do those every Thursday at 7:30. And yeah, I think that's it for now. So thank you guys so much for logging in this Sunday, and be blessed. And let's go out and share the good news. Thank you guys so much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Good night, everyone. I've waited much too long.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Right now.